everybody, and welcome to the stream. I'm LB Hackamup. We're back playing our mask game. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be so entertaining. You're going to remember everything that happened last time because that's what we do. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you to my players for joining me once again for a fun game. And we have a special guest tonight, but before we get to them, let's go around and say hi to all of our players, starting, of course, with Savannah. Who are you playing tonight? What you doing?
Hi, I'm Savvy. I'm at Savvy Seaworth on the internets, mostly on Twitter. You can find my streaming schedule pinned to the top of my page. When I'm not here, I'm on my home channel, twitch.tv/game nights, playing all manner of games and running a couple as well. Tonight, I am playing Sophia Minea, who is the bull.
Thank you very much. And next up is Miss Rachel.
Hey, that's me. Hi, I'm Rachel Elizabeth. You can find me on my Twitch channel at Rachel Elizabeth. I play, things mostly like Dead by Daylight, Skyrim, all that jazz. And I'm here on Sundays doing this for now and whatever else LB tells me to do because she's one of the only people who can tell me what to do. And that's it.
Awesome. And you're playing Jupiter Jennings, aka.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I forgot. I'm Jupiter Jennings and the outsider, weird alien girl.
Next up is, of course, Alex.
Hello, I am Alex, OMG It's Some Guy on the internets. Much like Savvy, I am mostly over at G Game Nights. I'm there Tuesdays, Thursdays, and sometimes Saturdays. Often I am running a masks game over there that LB plays in. But tonight I am playing Billy Burns, the Nova, better known as Rune.
Thank you very much. And next up is Tanya.
Oh, hey, I'm Tanya Roland. You can find me at Tanya Roland. Wherever you can type that in at, you'll find me because my name's weird enough. It's not duplicated a lot. Anyways, that's all I've got tonight. I am the Doomed. My character name is Nancy McGee.
And to round it out, we have a wonderful guest tonight. Not new to the channel, but new to this game. RJ, who are you playing? What are you doing?
Hey everybody, I'm RJ, and you can catch me at RJustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life and sometimes stream with my friends. Normally, you can catch me on Mondays over at the Indoor Adventure with LB for our homebrew campaign, on Thursdays at GGK for Elegant Magic, Saturdays at GGK for rotating Mistborn and also Star Power. Excuse me. And finally, Sunday mornings over at the Hype Goblin channel for another D&D 5e campaign. Whew. Today I'm playing Damien Sardonia, and he is Blitz. I'm the legacy.
Hell yeah, you are. All right, you're a legend to us. You're a legend to the channel. And I'm LB Hackamup. You can find me at LB Hackamup on the Twitters and the Twitches. You can find this channel live Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, where you found us now. I guess that's all I have. Are you guys ready to get into the recap that I'm doing? That's going to be way not as good as Rachel's that she normally does. Let's do it. Last time our new heroes had their first day of their senior year. They have been given their hero training licenses where they are allowed to go out with supervision and do actual hero work. But before they could do that, they had to meet their watcher, whose name was the Kid. He is a 3-foot tall bipedal goat who wears cardigans. He's amazing. And yeah, they met some classmates and their teacher, who has a very strange tick where she turns into Baba Yaga, which is super fun. When they were doing their training for their with their watcher to sort of get a hang of their style, and he just wanted to check and make sure what they were about, they did a wonderful little fight with a known superhero or known supervillain in the training machine, and they did a great job of fighting off this man, basically Dr. Doom, don't at me, and they were able to show off their stuff. They had some downtime after that, where they went and we saw a couple of their rooms, and Billy and Nancy, I believe, no, Juniper and Billy decided to go to back to the training room to get some more training in. There was a little bit of hijinks as far as using powers, maybe when, you know, not necessary, but they did it and it's fine. But yeah, that's where we're gonna pick up. Unless anyone has any questions or concerns, we're gonna get right into it. Good? All right. So, Jupiter and Billy, or Juniper, not Jupiter, Juniper and Billy, you guys are going back into the training room, and as you kind of walk up to the door, you hear down the hallway the kid who you had just seen earlier today, and he is kind of around the corner, but you hear him. So this is our training facility, and it's pretty big. There's a lot of stuff that you can do in here. We like to do like training courses on the days where they're not out in the field. And as he rounds the corner, you see the kid and a newcomer. Who would you like to describe your character, RJ?
Face buried in a phone, there is a young man standing next to the kid. He's got a faux hawk, dark hair, almost olive skin. He's currently wearing the school uniform, and he looks up from his phone to spot the two and just head nod.
And Billy acknowledges you both as well. Or I'm sorry, the kid. I'm gonna get that wrong every single time, every single game. The kid looks up and looks at the two of you and just, oh hey guys, what are you doing here?
Oh, we were gonna do some more training. If that's
Uh-oh.
okay. Do we need to sign up to use the rooms, or?
Well, yeah, you have to sign up to use the rooms, but as long as you, I mean, you only have access to certain levels of things. This is actually perfect. We're doing a little tour for our new friend. He's well, do you want to introduce yourself? I don't want to, you know, give away, you know, whatever you're comfortable with. He's kind of like a little off when it's like he's very confident when talking to you guys, but it seems that when he's talking to Damien, he's like a little weird.
Something about me gets his goat.
Ha. Yes. So he's suggesting that you introduce yourself as to not give away too much. Damien.
Hey, Damien Sardonia. Nice to meet y'all.
Hi, I'm Jupiter.
Billy, nice to meet you.
They're gonna be who you're gonna be training with, and doing a walk around tomorrow.
Neat.
Oh, part of the team, you know. Yeah, he's gonna be out in the field for your first training. He's kind of just checking out schools to see where he wants to end up. So we're just gonna give him sort of a typical day. So I'm gonna have you guys you take him to classes and do all that sort of fun stuff. So be on your best behavior.
Okay, not to be rude, but shouldn't you have enrolled in a school by now? I mean, the semester has started.
Well, they're a lot more relaxed here than at my last school. So that's probably has something to do with it, right?
Yeah, he's been busy too. Big lifestyle, you know. Anyway, do you guys want to show him how the danger room works?
Sure. Have we received enough training to know how to run it ourselves?
Yeah, you can
Really,
put
it's
in a
fine.
yeah,
We'll push buttons and see what happens and see if something tries to attack us.
absolutely. All right. You guys enter the training room. It is just a huge blank room right now. There's nothing. There's just the gray panelings on the walls, and you can open up the computer panel and type in a program number. Do you guys have anything specific you're looking for? You could pretty much have any setting, and any, like, you can pick low-level villains or maybe a rescue situation, anything like that. Do you have anything in mind?
I wanted to, I'm going to articulate this to Billy. So I was thinking, so I was talking about like wanting to be able to like shapeshift really quickly while, things are like being shot at me, like changing sizes to like get like out of the way of things as opposed to just dodging, just changing size really quickly. But I had another thought, since you can do like the teleport portal, I wonder if you could do it from like a close place to another close place, and I could like go through it. If you could do like a small one, like as a small shape,
Okay.
like a stealthy way to get from like over there to over there.
Yeah. I can try it. Definitely. Okay. Yeah. We can try that.
Okay. RJ, are you participating or are you watching?
Damien hangs back. You see him pull like a pair of headphones from his pocket, plug them into his ears, and then just turn on the wireless as he's watching this.
So I guess what would be perfect for the situation is sort of a platformer type deal with projectiles being fired at you. So there are pillars that appear in the room and turrets that sort of end up on the sides up high. And they're going to start firing beanbags at you guys. Not very hard, not like a beanbag gun, but very much like a dodge, duck and weave situation. So why don't I go ahead and have you guys roll to see how this goes. I will have you, Rachel, unleash your powers, because you're trying to run through and manipulate yourself in a sketchy situation. And then, Billy, I'll have you roll. I would say maybe assessing the situation, or yeah, that makes sense because you have to kind of because you're kind of determining where you're gonna have to make the portal and put out the portal, that sort of thing.
Sure. I can do that.
Mhm.
Well, that's a 3, so I'm gonna take that potential.
Mark that potential.
I got an 8.
Yeah. All right, perfect. So you begin to change and you guys get a rhythm as you start moving through this, and it's going great. Until Jupiter, you really get in like the swing of things, and you kind of go for it, and you turn into something larger than what Billy was expecting. And Billy, you create this portal, but it's not quite big enough. So it's going to clothesline Jupiter, and she's going to. You can either fall into the portal or you can fall out of the portal. I'll leave that up to you.
I'll fall out of the portal and just flat on my butt.
Billy's kind of just like, or the kid is just like, oh.
Oh, are you, Jupiter? Are you okay? Sorry, I didn't make the portal right.
It's not the first time I've fallen, Billy. It's okay.
Okay. All right. Let's
Back into herself.
Mhm.
let's run it again.
Actually, guys, it's getting kind of late. You might be time to go back to the dorms.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good too.
If you want, Damien, to get the full experience, you could bunk with someone, or if you want rather stay at the main building, as you were promised.
Plucks the earbud out of his ears and kind of looks over to the kid and just nods his head. Yeah, sure. I guess I'll bunk up with someone.
All right. Billy, you don't mind, right?
Oh, sure. Clearly completely taken aback, but it's trying to be accommodating.
All right. Well, if you could take him back over there and maybe go over your class schedule. I've already given it to Damien, but just making sure. Make sure you guys are at your first class in the morning, and I'll see you in the afternoon.
Bye, Mr. the Kid.
Thanks, kid.
Kind of like waves and shuffles off with a click, click, click.
The earbud goes back in as he stands and stares at Billy attentively.
Okay, well, dorms are back this way, so we'll.
Oh, please don't turn your head. I'm reading your lips.
Okay, sorry. The dorms are that way, so we'll just go now.
Thumbs up.
You guys begin making your way back to the dorms. It's a quick walk, maybe 20 minutes over the fields of the campus, and you all have rooms on the same level, and they're very close to each other because you are a team and you work together as a team and you're expected to behave as a team in general. So Billy, we haven't seen your room yet, but actually, I'm going to do Jupiter's first. Are you going back to your room or what are you doing?
Oh yeah, I'll go back to my room. I will, as always, invite them to watch a movie with me if they want to, because I have to make my way through all the things that people have recommended to me, slowly but surely.
What's on the agenda for tonight?
Tonight is a horror movie. I'm gonna watch Cabin in the Woods. If anybody wants to join me for Cabin in the Woods, that's what I'm gonna watch tonight on my little projector. No takers?
Kind of looks at Damien, trying to get a sense of him.
Well, if I'm gonna live the student life, I might as well. Though I have to say, Cabin in the Woods is an excellent movie.
Yeah, okay. Jupiter, do you want to text the others, or should I? Or
Oh yeah, I'll text him.
Okay.
Just fires off a text. My room in 10 minutes for Cabin in the Woods. Sent.
In Nancy's room, she gets her text. And she's like, it's so late. And she's thinking to herself, I don't want to be impolite because she was raised to, if you're invited somewhere, you go unless you have a damn good reason. So she's getting out of her in her old lady nightgown into something a little more current that she knows everybody won't make fun of her in, like some yoga pants and a t-shirt. Then she'll make her way over.
Just taking this time, Damien grabs like his rucksack and hero attache case from like wherever it's been dropped off, drops it off in Billy's room.
All right. Why don't we do real quick, Billy? What does your room look like?
Oh gosh, I think I put this in my Google Doc about it. Let me see how quickly I can pull that up. But it is nothing too out of the ordinary. It is loading. So okay, so yeah, he's got some posters of his favorite heroes on the walls near the ceiling. So he's got like Bookworm. He's got, probably one of like the official photo of Thassillophobia, which is probably one of the only ones out there. But it is mostly lots of bookshelves full of all sorts of books. Lots of encyclopedias, but also some poetry and fiction, or all sorts of things. It seems like there's something in every genre, and it also seems like there is no organization to it, because there are also books just pulled out at random, so gaps on the shelves as they're like at his desk for reading. But yeah, and so probably as they enter his room, it's like, oh, sorry, hold on, and like shoves a bunch of books to the side so there's room to put like the sack, and it's like, we'll clear a space for you to sleep later, but
Thanks for letting me stay with you.
Sure, yeah. But I'll admit I was not expecting company, but happy to host.
No pomp, no circumstance. there's just gonna be a blazer that's on the floor, button-up shirt, just swapping to PJs.
Billy will turn politely as Damien changes.
Sophia, you get a text message about a movie night.
Yeah, I think Sophia just texts back. Cool. She'll show up.
Cool.
She's probably tired of sewing at this point.
Mm-hmm. How far'd you get?
I think what she was doing, I think she was mostly taking stuff that she already had and sort of like altering it and putting it together for, I don't know, things that she thinks would be fitting for a social media account. So she probably got through like 2 of the 5 outfits it was suggested that she bring.
Perfect. Yeah. So, Jupiter, tell me about your room that everyone's going to be joining you in. I assume that Nancy arrives first.
Probably Nancy arrives like as I'm still setting everything up. But like she's neat, you know. So when you walk into the room, the walls are all like dark purple. Whether she put up like whether they're allowed to paint or not, I'm not sure, but she did it anyway. And you know, the dark walls are super dark purple. It's all like there's like a big round fluffy navy blue rug that's like comfy to sit on. Her bed's shoved up in a corner and like there's a futon like up next to it. So like you can sit on the bed and face the same direction that like with your back against the wall and face the same direction that the futon's facing for these little movie nights that she hosts. She's got a little like projector set up on an end table right next to the futon so that like, you know, she can use like one wall that's like blank and that the wall that like in a corner, there's like a bunch of like lights and stuff set up. That she'll shove to the side to like do the movies. And that's what she like does all of her social media stuff on, you know, like with like backdrops and stuff, shoves it all into a corner. There's a big neon light behind her bed that says, I am who I am, no excuses. That's her favorite quote from Brooke Davis on One Tree Hill. There's like a big floor length mirror, tons of movie posters on the wall. There's one from Scream, Coyote Ugly, Clueless, Mean Girls, Alien. Like it is as eclectic as she is. There's a bookshelf with books, sketch pads. There's random art supplies kind of like strewn around, but everything looks like it's like an ordered chaos. Like she placed it there to like look messy, but she's not messy at all. Like she's very like I'm trying to make my room look like a normal teenager's room, which is messy, but like I'm purposefully placing things there to be messy, but it's not. So there's a couple plants, and lots of random trinkets, things that she's collected, like as they go on like little adventures or as she goes to like the movie. She's got like a little thing of like movie ticket stubs when they go out and that kind of stuff. So she's got a lot of like earth keepsakes, like in little boxes and stuff, like on the bookshelves.
I love that.
It's very comfy. There's like poofs and pillows everywhere so that everybody can just kind of like hang out. She like wanted it to be like the hangout spot. So that's why she invites everybody over for movie nights all the time.
So when Nancy comes over, she politely knocks on the door. And whenever you open it, she's like, hello. And Nancy isn't sure if, since you're not from this planet, if you understand customs of inviting people over. So Nancy's, oh, hi, Jupiter. Sorry I'm early. I thought I'd help you set up. I brought some iced tea for everybody, some butterscotch candies, and some saltines for a little snack if we want it.
Oh, I love those butterscotch candies. Thank you for bringing this stuff.
So did you say you had like a coffee table? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. There's just like an end table that's got the projector set up on it, but I'm sure like in the bookshelf, like kind of like I have in mine, there's like things full of snacks and stuff.
Okay.
So I'm sure you could just like set it down on like a little coffee table or end table or something. I'm sure there's room somewhere. In the ordered chaos, she'll move like a sketchbook off to the side or art supplies so you could put something down.
And I just go and like smooth the futon cushion and like fluff pillows and just do not in where you feel like insulted, but like she's just trying to help you.
Yeah, trying to be helpful.
Yeah. And then I sit quietly and wait for everybody else.
And I'm just gonna like hook up the projector to like my laptop and like get the movie all loaded up and get the screen all set up and focused in and ready to go.
Yeah. Sophia, I think you arrive next.
Probably. Sophia doesn't knock. She just opens the door. Hey, nerds.
Hey, I'm gonna
Evening,
toss
Sophia.
her something to throw so that the door will stay open. Here, make that stay open.
Props the door open. What are we watching?
Cabin in the Woods.
Sweet.
You told me to watch
Excellent
it last
choice.
week, and I'm jumping down to it because it sounds really good.
So happy you remembered. Freaking love this one.
I write them down. There's like
Starts
a
eating
page. She'll
whatever
show
food
you like
there
a
is.
page in a notebook that's like has your name at the top, and it's like all the things you've recommended she watches.
Oh, that's really cool. Is like really moved, but like will not show it on her face. Cool, yeah. Totally. Is there food?
Of course. And she'll just like start pulling out the little drawers of snacks.
Yeah. I think that Billy and Damien can arrive when you're ready.
Billy will knock on the open door. Hi everyone. Jupiter, you obviously met him, but oh, Nancy and Sophia, this is Damien.
Nancy pops up immediately to shake Damien's hand. Hello, Damien. I'm Nancy. Nice to meet you.
Kind of taken aback by the physical contact. Hey, pleasure to meet you too.
Oh, thank you.
What's up?
Hey,
I like him.
So I guess Damien's going to be on our team temporarily. Kid said he'll be going to classes with us and training with us, and he's staying in my room right now.
Nice. That'll be fun for you two.
Mm-hmm.
If you need to bring some extra pillows over there, you can take some of mine if you want to.
That would actually be very good. Thank you.
I've got extra
Like-
blankets and stuff too.
I don't know that she would even realize they were missing.
Nope.
is Jupiter's bed more plushy than pillow?
It's all very comfy.
All right.
I'm going to hook up the speakers and let everybody settle into a spot. And then once everybody settles in, like I'll pick my spot and then start the movie.
Okay. You start up the movie. I could recite this whole movie. It's one of my favorites. But you guys, those of you who haven't seen it before, it is a very typical slasher film up until about like 2/3 of the way through, and then it like really turns on its heel, and there's conspiracies and monsters and all that sort of fun stuff. The movie plays unless anybody has any commentary on it.
Oh, Nancy does. Nancy is very horrified at the way the people in the beginning of the movie act, and is just like, oh my, that's so much blood. Like she's watched movies before, but she's, finds them to be impolite. But as soon as that 2/3 happens, when the twist happens, she is like fucking all in. And you hear Nancy like, yeah, what? And she's just super into the movie.
She hype girls the whole thing. But the movie ends, as does the world. Spoilers. And the screen fades to black.
I think that could actually happen.
I mean, we have superheroes to stop that sort of thing from happening. Like the Tempest or the EMP. What's the group called?
Yeah, EMP.
Yeah.
The Tempest and
The conductor.
the conductor.
Yeah, they'd be able to stop it if there were, eldritch ancient gods or something showing up, right? Right?
What if
I don't know.
when they're too old to do it and it's us, we're the ones that have to stop that?
But we're gonna be like totally kick ass by then.
We
Mhm.
got to practice.
Anything's possible if you do it as a team.
Wow, Damien. That's so nice. I feel better now.
Is what my pops always said, so I'm gonna stick with that.
So what's your deal, new guy?
What do you mean?
What's your deal? What do you do?
Oh, I have electric powers.
Cool.
That's exciting.
The entire time, headphones in, he has these like blue light blocking glasses on, and he's like turning to each of you just to read your lips. Yeah, it's something. Along with it is super senses, and they get a little too super, if you know what I mean.
Can we
Yeah.
hear the music coming out of your headphones, or is it not that loud?
It wouldn't be that loud.
Okay.
Because I imagine if it gets turned up too loud, that's just overkill.
Nancy isn't sure if you like pretend to listen to music or if you actually are, because she's in her head like, that's kind of rude, but he just talked about his senses, so okay, I think I can understand that.
Do you have a super sense of smell?
Yes, kinda, sorta. I've learned to kind of block it out.
Yeah,
Sounds
That's not the
amazing
only
and
thing.
also terrible.
Yeah, you should probably stay at least as far away from me as you are then.
Is it the cotton candy perfume?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's not a perfume. It's just the way I smell to you.
Oh. Confusion.
Jupiter's an alien.
It's very appealing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Jupiter's an alien.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that was like in my when they does designed sound weird? Made me? I don't know. When they were genetically making me, that was one of the things
All of
that
those
they
sounded
added.
weird.
Yeah, it does sound weird. I've realized that when people make that face,
Honestly,
it does sound weird. Yeah.
it's not the weirdest thing.
Yeah. Yeah, when they were selecting my attributes, they chose that one because for like the job I was supposed to be doing, that was going to be helpful to smell like really, really good to everybody. Almost distractingly so.
So is it like the person who sniffs you thinks what they smell good, or is it just perpetually cotton candy?
No, it's whatever. Like I smell different to everybody.
Huh.
Like whatever it is, like is your favorite thing.
You smell
Or
like
the-
cheery air freshener to me.
Yeah. And I can make it like, worse or more intense. But I usually try to keep it as low as possible. But sometimes when I get excited or like, we're doing a lot of it happens. So sorry ahead of time. I forgot I have to warn people about that.
Yeah, no worries. So you're an alien. I have electric powers. What are the rest of y'all's deal?
Oh, I do some magic, and draws a small circle in the air, and it glows for a few seconds before fading out.
Actually, you would probably recognize this, that the type of magic used, as the work of what's his name? The Silver Shepherd. He is one of the top heroes. Not the top 5, but he is like the Sorcerer Supreme, basically.
Huh. Do you know the shepherd?
Uh, do I know the shepherd? They're basically my mentor. They're the main one who's taught me how to use my magic.
Oh, no kidding. Small
It's-
world.
Is it? Well, how did you know-
Metaphorically speaking.
How do you know the shepherd?
He's been over to my place a few times for barbecue.
Sophia, he's being weird, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Wait,
do-
which one?
Damien.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Sometimes social cues
No, you're doing great.
Okay, thanks.
I didn't think the shepherd was the kind for barbecue.
Sometimes heroes have to take an off day too, you know?
You can see Billy is like sitting there reevaluating his whole image of his mentor.
He eats barbecue.
Does he
He
take off
shows
the
up.
mask?
He showed up in khaki shorts and flip flops with socks on and took over the grill.
Billy is just like, Billy.exe has stopped and is like
Oh,
trying to figure this
no.
out.
404 error, Billy.
And don't
gonna-
talk about socks and sandals to Nancy. She's gonna want to meet him.
I love a good sock and sandal.
We'll just clarify the shepherd's pronouns are they, them.
They, them. Thank you.
Sorry, they them.
Sorry, I'm just gonna share for you guys what the silver shepherd looks like, so that you can see this person going to a barbecue.
It was an off the cuff comment.
No, I know it was perfect. It is actually perfect. I will describe them. They have sort of a metal armor with robes over it, a very distinct bladed fingernails, a silver mask that has no features except for eyes, and a very ornate hat that has a sort of single bar coming across it with with drapings and ornate little baubles. Which I think's perfect for a barbecue. But that's just me.
Terrifying.
All right. Well, it is getting late. What do you guys want to do?
Nancy is the first to leave also because she doesn't want to be rude and overstay her welcome. So it's like, Jupiter, thank you for a lovely time. It was excellent to meet you, Damien. And I cannot wait to see you all tomorrow. Good night, everybody.
No,
Bye, Nance.
Night, Nancy.
And then she's going to watch an episode of Murder, She Wrote in her bedroom while she falls asleep on Peacock, because I looked up where you can actually watch that right now.
I'm so glad you did.
Peacock, new sponsor of the show. Thank you.
Thank you, Peacock.
3
We watched
seasons, so-
Halloween Kills yesterday. It was a movie.
Yeah, me too. Same
it was
comment.
a movie.
All right. What are the rest of you doing? Going to bed?
Yep.
Getting
we-
ready for bed.
We
Okay.
have a full day of classes tomorrow, so we should probably get back. And right, remembers and is like just starts picking up pillows until he like can't carry anymore.
Do you want help?
That would be good. Yes, thanks, Sophia.
Just kind of like scoops up a whole pile of like pillows and blankets in one arm.
If you need any more, you can just come back. I'll be up for a little while.
Thanks, Jupiter.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Night, guys.
Night.
Bye.
Guys, take the pillows into Billy's room, set up a makeshift bed on the floor.
Tosses them way too hard.
They bounce everywhere.
And Billy watches in dismay as some of his book piles topple over. Oh, that's fine.
I'll
I
pick them
needed
up.
to-
I'll pick them up.
I needed to organize them anyway. Thank you.
Picks up a whole pile of books. Sorry.
All right,
So I'm
well,
gonna go.
Yeah.
Thanks. Have a good night.
See you tomorrow.
Totally.
So, do you want to talk or do you just want to get to sleep?
This might get a little weird.
Okay.
Damien goes into his rucksack and pulls out like a helmet. It's sort of like a sensory deprivation thing.
Oh,
When I'm
okay.
asleep, I can't really control things, so
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that actually, I mean, there was a brief time where the shepherd had me wear one of those a bunch, but so yeah, I get it.
it's not like a weird like. Good night.
Night.
And you all go to bed. First thing in the morning, classes. You have your homeroom. So today I will say you don't have to keep track of your classes, but you have a half day today. It's Wednesday, August 12th. If you care to keep track, you have homeroom. You have public relations and the cost of hero work. And then you have lunch, and then you have your actual hero work where you'll go out and do your training with out in the field with the kid. So, as we established last time, Billy gets to class first? I forget.
Yeah, Billy is generally the first one to class.
Mhm.
And would make sure that Damien knows where to go. And if Damien is not also like, yeah, let's get to class, Billy is very clearly torn of like wanting to be a good host, but also wanting to get there early enough.
I can find my way. I'm gonna take a few more minutes.
Okay. See you there.
Right. Next was what order do you guys arrive in?
Yeah.
So we're going to public relations? Or
No,
homeroom?
we're going to homeroom first, and then you're going to public relations.
I'm going
Jupiter
to.
and Sophia
I'm-
are running down the hall.
No, I'm waiting outside of Sophia's door for her to come out this morning,
Oh,
patiently and
God.
quietly.
Hi.
Hi, I made all those
She
social
scared
media
me.
accounts for you, and I can airdrop you all of those, and we can take some pictures later or tomorrow or whenever you have time.
Yeah, that sounds great. I've got a couple of costumes ready, outfits ready. So
Cool. I'll airdrop you all those passwords and everything and the accounts that I made for you right now. I
nice.
figured you'd want those to look through and set up in class if you're bored.
You know me. I think a little too well.
I've been told I'm observant.
It's true. Hey, thanks for real though, Jupiter. This is really cool.
No problem. And we'll take a bunch of fun pictures for them later and we'll work on branding, especially because today is public relations class.
The only class I like outside of the training ones.
I think I could teach this class.
Yeah, probably. We should go.
I imagine Nancy was probably the second person to get to class.
Mm-hmm.
'cause she missed this whole interaction between you two.
Yeah.
As soon as she gets to class, she's Billy, where's our friend Damien at?
He said he was going to take a few extra minutes, and I didn't want to, didn't want to seem like I'm his keeper or anything. So,
What a gracious host. Nancy just sits down and folds her hands on her desk and patiently waits.
And some other classmates come filing in. Sophia and Jupiter are 100% going to get there directly before the bell. So, Damien, when do you arrive? Before that or after the bell?
After the bell, because I imagine he does get lost.
Fair. I think you get distracted by a text message from your father that just says, make sure you behave yourself and be kind to the staff. They're working very hard.
There's just a letter K that is sent with a thumbs up emoji.
He sends back a smiley face and a finger gun.
Tiniest of chuckles as he leaves the room.
So you guys arrive to class. Sophia and Jupiter, you realize that Damien is not quite there yet. but your friends are in their spots. Your teacher, Sarah, Mrs. Short, is standing up at the front. I will again reveal. And she's got her glasses on, her very well put together hair. She says, "Sit down now. We're supposed to have another student today. I believe he was supposed to be with your group. Do you know where Mr. Damien is?"
No, do you want me to go find him?
She turns to the door.
Door slides open as the bell rings. Sorry, I got lost. I thought we were on the 3rd floor, but yeah.
All right, Mr. Damien. We're just about to have the announcement, so why don't you sit down with your, we can pull up a chair for you. And once after the announcements, we'll you'll be able to have a small discussion and then back to your first classes. You guys notice as soon as Damien walks in the room, Tara, aka Brave Moth, immediately sits up, and you see her like punch her friend next to her, and she like kind of preens her wings a little bit. Damien, you know this look. She has recognized you, and she is very interested in seeing you. She's in front of Billy's desk, and she's like trying not to look at you, but very much like eager, to say the least.
As he's passing by her desk, he just holds a finger up to his mouth like a shush.
She kind of like blushes and puts her hands on her cheeks.
Jupiter noticed that she freaked out, but thought that she just freaked out because she was like trying to like make herself look nice. So she's gonna like lean over and be like, "You missed a couple on the left."
Oh my gosh. She like fixes her little antennas and her hair and wings and stuff.
All better.
The announcements play. I don't have announcements for today, only when special events are happening because I don't want to bug Jordan too much. But and you see at the front, your teacher is going to, Miss Short. She again sort of like moves her body in a very unnatural way, and the shadow and fog becomes her again, and she emerges as Baba Yaga. And she begins to do some odd things at the front. She's making mud piles on her desk and like checking bones, sort of thing. But she is leaving you to your devices. And you have about 10 minutes before the bell rings, and you're going to get to go to your first class of the day. And Tara kind of attempts to keep herself facing forward, but then turns around in her chair, smiling at Damien, and she looks at the rest of you and says, "Who's your new friend?"
This is Damien. He's going to be training with us.
"Hi, I'm Tara."
Hey.
"Are you gonna go to this school?"
Well, honestly, I'm just here to get some practical training with a group. So remains to be seen if I'm going to school or not.
Mm-hmm. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be here long then?
I think I'll be here for about a week.
Cool. If you guys want, your group can sit with our group at lunch. If you want, it's cool. She kind of like fixes her hair a little bit and turns around and starts whispering to the person next to her.
Sophia, I'm confused. She's never invited us to sit with her before.
Yeah. Well, if I had to guess, it has something to do with our new friend.
Oh, does she have a crush on Damien?
Sophia, it just sort of gets this real like sly look on her face. stands up, kind of slides over to the chair behind Tara and like turns it around and like Captain America sits in it and leans up real close to her. Hey,
Hi.
what's wrong with you?
What do you mean? Do I look weird? Is my makeup weird?
Your attitude is weird.
What do you mean? Everything's fine. Just a new friend.
Uh-huh. You've
Mhm.
never invited us to sit with you at lunch.
And I think that's a travesty, and I think that it's something that we should do from time to time.
You think it's a travesty now there are new friends here. Do you know him?
I mean, not personally. I know of him. Seen him before. Well, if he didn't tell you, I don't want to tell you. I don't want to give away his secrets.
Okay, well you have to.
Let's just say he has famous parents, okay?
Okay, you're acting like a freaking gossip girl in the middle of the classroom.
Well, he's pretty famous in the big world. I mean, like, not as famous as his dad, but like up there.
His dad?
Yes. Let's just say your new friend is the child of one of the top 5, okay?
You're so bad at keeping secrets. Slides back over. So, Damien,
What's up,
who's your dad?
Mr. Sardonia? Just a very shit-eating, like, half smile.
Somebody seems to think you're pretty important.
Leans past Sophia to, like, stare at
Adamantly
Tara.
not looking at you.
I would really appreciate it if you kept this, like, on the down low.
Honestly, sweetie, I don't think I'm the one you have to worry about.
Yeah. I'll talk to her after class.
Be nice, she's fragile.
She's very bad at keeping secrets.
So,
About
spill.
what? It's a secret identity for a reason.
You're obviously not that good at it.
I'm perfectly capable of keeping a secret identity. It's just leans past Sophia again.
Immediately just turns back around.
Interesting. So you do know Tara well enough that she's aware of your secret identity.
Regular Sherlock Holmes.
Thanks. Don't worry. If you won't tell me, she will.
Headphones go in, glasses go on, leans back in his chair, turns music up.
How much of this could Nancy overhear?
Y'all are right here.
So, can I use memory manipulation on people? Or
You
is
can
that
if you
frowned
want, but
upon?
it is against the rules to use your powers on others in like a detrimental way.
Okay, so
I mean,
Nancy
like
press-
I said, you can if you'd like.
Nancy kind of hears this, scoots up in between Sophia and Jupiter. Is like, hey, do you want me to use memory manipulation on her, and she can just remember that she told us, and then she'll just say it again. Oh wait, that's breaking the rules. But I will.
I can just go try to get her to tell us. Or we can also just, let Damien tell us in his own time.
I suppose. Like Nancy's caught between a rock and a hard place mentally because she is raised extremely proper, but she's also a teenager and can't help it. So this is, yeah. Like, all right. Okay, you're right, Jupiter. Thank you. You know, you're not even from this planet, and yet I learn a lot from you. I will be patient I will not manipulate her memory because that's against the rules. And thank you again.
I will also not manipulate her memory.
Good. That's good.
You also can't hit her.
I will not hit her.
Okay. Look,
And
people
I
just tend to tell me things
threaten to hit
anyway,
her.
so it'll probably come out at lunch.
I could just threaten to hit her.
Hmm?
That seems. I don't want to be mean to Tara.
Just-
though.
if
It's
she
just
doesn't
like,
tell
I
you
don't
at
really
lunch.
like her.
Yeah, it's okay.
Just wait till lunch. If she doesn't tell us then, I have telekinesis. I can throw something at her before you have to hit her. We have lots of options.
Are we the bad guys?
Billy has just looked extremely uncomfortable with all this.
We're anti-heroes.
I don't know. I just really want to know. My family doesn't really do the whole secret identity thing. Like, it's kind. What do you do with this?
That's true.
Like,
Yeah.
they know it's you.
I don't have to worry about it. I can just look like somebody else.
All right. We'll wait till lunch. We'll see what happens.
All right, the bell rings. And you guys start to move to your next class. Damien, did you want to pull Tara aside?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you tell her?
Hey, listen, I'm supposed to be here incognito.
Okay. Yeah, I promise I won't tell anyone.
You gotta super promise not to tell anyone.
Okay. But, like, if we do hero stuff and we end up, like, in uniform together, can I get a picture with you? As Blitz?
You're gonna have to at me in that post.
Okay. All right. She has
Sophia tried
promised.
to drop, but did a really, really bad job, and so just ended up walking by the two of them, like, and I kept going.
All right, you guys move on to your next class, which is called Public Relations. And this is headed by a teacher that you guys have met before. I don't know if you've had a class with them. You can decide that. It is. There it is. The teacher's name is Pick It Up, aka Mr. Timmett.
This is Sophia's favorite teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And in this class, Nancy normally sits towards the front. This one, she sits in the middle or in the back because she cannot understand PR
Yeah.
or how it really matters that much.
Yeah.
So she's a little more aloof.
Yeah, you guys walk into class and you hear an upbeat music. He is playing a saxophone at the moment, but you can hear around him the music, and he can you can feel yourself kind of walking in tempo to it, even though you're not. Maybe it's not your style or whatever, but it is pretty catchy. And you guys take your seats. Mr. Timmett is going to put down the saxophone. I guess I should describe him. Darker skin with a very thick mustache, black mustache, dark short hair that is slicked back under a very fashionable bowler hat it's a dark blue. He's got a navy outfit on, a tux almost, or not a tux, a three-piece suit with a gray vest underneath and a gray tie. He is a sharp-dressed man, and he kind of stands at the front of the class, puts his hand in his pocket, says, "Welcome to your first class, everyone. I see some familiar faces. I see some not so familiar faces, but we are going to get into public relations today. This class is going to go over how the public perceives heroes and what's the best way to sort of get your image out there. A lot of people who have powers have very specific ways about them. My power, very specific. I can obviously control upbeat music, and I can make people really tap their toes to it if I need to. So how does one go from that sort of small, very specific talent to one of the most beloved heroes out there? We're going to go over some of that stuff. If you have any questions, please feel free to talk to me. You have my email address and all of that fun stuff. But I think we're just going to get into it and go over the syllabus, which is always what you do on the first day of class, and I hate it. That's an LB thing. So yeah, you guys, we don't need to go into specifics of this class unless people have questions. I could do a whole class, but I don't know a lot about public relations, and also that would be very boring. So is there anything you guys want to talk about during this class, or for questions for the teacher?
I don't have a question. I just have a general character statement. And it's that no one has ever seen Sophia this interested in a class.
Yes.
She's like a different person in this room.
I will say there is also a branding class that goes deeper into like building your brand. So I assume those probably go hand in hand as Sophia's top two.
I think those are her best. That's her best subjects.
Yes,
She's, like,
absolutely.
fighting and these. She's taking notes, which is literally unheard of. She doesn't do it. I don't know that anyone in the group even knew that she could write before these classes.
Billy will look and lean over and's like, "Oh, I guess you don't need to borrow my notes, and I might actually want to borrow yours later."
Oh yeah, totally. And then immediately like looks really embarrassed. Yeah, this is just kind of my thing.
No, it's good. I'm glad to see you engaging with a class like this. It's nice to see this part of you.
Jupiter's gonna lean over and be like, "See, I knew you could be organized. Your notes are as organized as mine are."
Thanks, guy. Really, yeah, we don't have to draw this much attention to it. Okay, thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Is like
For Damien, there is no notebook on his desk. He has just been staring intently, face forward.
Doesn't need to pay attention to this class.
Oh, he's paying attention.
Okay. Oh, okay. Hold on. Sorry.
Hi, Creakers.
Hi, Krieg. You want to sit on my lap? Oh my gosh. Okay, I've been chosen. This is the stream now. All right, your next class, after that, your next class is going to be The Cost of Hero Work, which is, boy, is it a downer class after that wonderful upbeat performance from Mr. Pick It Up. You are, you enter the classroom, and I'm going to have someone describe this hero and their look because I love it. And I want to see how you guys describe them. It should be on your page now.
that is wild.
Yeah.
So it's sort of just generally a Dios de los Muertos, but it's all like porcelain. So white and blue with gold filigree, got like a big head fan, appears to be a feminine figure, has like hanging off of the headdress, got like, I guess, strings of pearls connecting, and has the skull face, just two big black eye sockets. Yeah.
Reminds
true
me of like
dancer's
the
form.
pattern on fancy teacups.
Mhm.
Yes.
It's like
Yeah.
porcelain plague.
Yes. Yes. Like porcelain
That's-
plague.
Yes.
Porcelain plague. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Plague being Dead by Daylight killer.
Yes.
Okay.
Porcelain and Plague is my pop punk emo band.
You guys walk into the room and you see your teacher. This is probably one of the newer teachers on campus. She's not. She is usually out in the field, but she is kind of just sitting in her chair, not moving at all, until everyone takes their seat and the bell rings. She sort of moves more like a doll than anything else at first, and then her movements as she continues to speak and walk around the room become more fluid. And she says, "Hello, everybody. My name is Sasa, and you may address me as Sasa or Miss Sasa, whichever you choose. We are going to be going over the cost of hero work, the loss of life, the loss of property, and those such things in this class. It will not be fun, and it will be a lot of math, I will say. But it is something that is important to heroes, important to the world, and of course important to the normal average person walking down the street who might get swept up in a fight, a conflict between a hero and a villain, and they could lose everything in this moment: their lover, their life, their home, their animals. So it is very important, though it may not be as interesting as some of the others, that you pay very close attention to this class and that you really take the message to heart. Now let us go over the syllabus. Yes, I'm sorry, what is your name?
Sophia,
Miss Sophia, how may I assist you?
what kind of math?
Very simple addition and subtractions.
Okay, great.
Yes, miss?
I'm Jupiter. Only Earth math, right?
Correct. There will be no interstellar. We will not be covering that in this section. If you do wish to move into that subject in your studies abroad at college, you will be able to gather that information. But we will be focusing on Earth costs at this point.
Okay.
Sophia looks completely panicked at the idea that there is different math on different planets. Like she's barely getting this planet's math.
Because Jupiter hasn't gotten around to Mean Girls yet, because wasn't the whole thing like math is the same everywhere in that?
It's wrong. All right. Any other questions for this class? Anything you want to talk about during this class or anything? All right, cool. Then I think that's a good place for us to take our break. We're about halfway. So everyone out there, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for putting up with my my amazing characters that I've put into this. Basically, I'm just looking up art and then putting characters to them. So thank you to my players for hanging out for now. We're going to take a 5 to 10 minute break. So don't go no place. Make sure you relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw, and just relax for a little bit. We'll be right back. Bye. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you, Classic, for that redemption. And thank you, boys, for doing your hand fans. We are back with our Monster League game. And yeah, we're gonna jump right into it. It's lunchtime, guys. What do you you're gonna walk into this it's a pretty this is a good school, so they have like different sections you can go to where there are spaces that have like actual food chains that I'm not gonna give you, but there's like a pizza place, a burger place, that sort of thing, or you can just get sort of a salad, that sort of thing.
Pizza Planet.
Pizza Planet. Pizza Planets.
Pizza Planet.
So we don't get sued.
By who? Pizza Planet?
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys walk in, you can grab your food, and you do see Tara and her group sitting at one of the tables sort of near the center of the large cafeteria room. What would you like to do?
I gotta go. Shwoop.
Do you just nope out altogether?
No one stops him.
Whoa, hold up.
Yep.
First of all, you have to eat lunch.
Need calories. We're gonna be training in the afternoon.
Well balanced, healthy eating, take care of your body, all of that stuff. We can go on that spiel later.
Don't argue with her about it. It won't be fun.
No, she's right.
We don't have to sit with them.
Yeah.
I'd really appreciate it if we didn't for the time being.
Yeah, we'll just sit at our own table. It's no big deal. Same thing we do every day.
Yeah, you guys are able to maneuver your way. You do see her notice you guys, but as you sit down at a different table, she kind of like, you see her antenna kind of like go back a little bit and her body slumps, but she like politely smiles and goes back to her group.
I think Sophia, over the course of the day, realizing how uncomfortable Damien has been made, is like looking at Tara and sort of like gives her a real look, like,
You see her antennas go right back up and she's like, oh, like turns her body away.
Damien comes back with like
"You're not."
a full margarita pie, a plate of onion rings, and just turns to the rest of it. So, what are you guys having?
I think
Now I gotta think
Billy-
about it.
I think, especially after Sophia's thing of like, you need a balanced lunch, it's like, well, okay. And like goes and gets like a salad of some kind because Alex doesn't know what the fuck a salad is, so I can't say what kind of salad Billy gets. But
Billy
also,
strikes me as like a chicken Caesar salad guy, like
okay,
a classic. A little bit
sure.
of pepper in there, just for like a little bit of flavor, but nothing spicy.
Yeah, we can do that though. I was gonna say he also gets chicken nuggets as like a not well as something to actually get, but we'll say he also gets fries on the side. So salad and fries.
Nancy went and got like a patty melt from the burger place, and cuts it in half, and she has half of it already bagged up, and then has some sort of vegetable soup on the side with a glass of milk, a tall glass of milk.
Milk. Give her milk.
You need some milk.
And for backstory, everybody's always made a comment about her big glass of milk. She's like, in the home where my grandpa is, they all said they wish they drank more milk when they were younger. I suggest you all do the same. Even though she doesn't really like it, but she does it anyways.
What does Jupiter eat?
Um, so Jupiter's gonna get a couple like slices of pizza and a salad. She gets to the plate, or if she gets to the table, she's gonna pull this bottle of like hot sauce out of her bag. Like unlabeled hot sauce. Like nobody knows what it is, and nobody's been brave enough to try it yet. And just dumps it all over the pizza.
Is that any good?
I mean, I like it. It's really spicy though.
Holds up a slice on paper plate, like, eh?
Okay.
The last guy
put
that tried
something
it
on
cried
there.
for 3 days straight.
It's like I think
Is it
ghost
true?
peppers?
No one knows. Ghost
Like
peppers are
ghost
super
pepper?
hot.
Yeah, I think it's like ghost pepper. I don't know. My friend Carter gave it to me because he knows I like spicy stuff.
Oh, but Jupiter, can't you just change into something that doesn't have, the response to spice?
But what would be the fun in that?
I mean, you could do it as like, I dare you, I can handle more hot sauce than you, and win a bet like that.
But I already can.
The fun of spicy food is that it hurts a little bit.
I'm just proud of Jupiter. I'm all about it.
I mean, we could
Yeah.
try to find things that like I can eat, but I don't know. That was
That
like the
it's
first
gonna
thing I
start getting
started
into-
trying.
Yeah, it sounds
Ooh,
like
and
it's
I
get
guess-
into allergy territory, and I don't want to find out what your race is allergic to, because I don't know if we have medicine to help with that.
Probably celery. Celery's gross. You want to try that?
Celery is gross.
Very
I've
gross.
tried celery. I'm not allergic to it.
Oh, good. It's gross though, right? Did you think it was gross?
I thought it just tasted like crunchy water.
Huh. Lucky.
Like if I want water, I'll just drink water. It's so much easier.
It does not taste like crunchy water to me. Anyways,
Does that mean you could shapeshift into a human with the cilantro yucky gene?
I don't know. I've never tried.
Why would you want to do that?
So you don't have to eat anything with cilantro on it.
But I
Or
like
just
for
lie.
science.
True.
As Sophia sits there and then digs into her lunch. She's got a salad, but like a salad in which the main protein is like steak, and it's the most massive salad that anyone's. It's like a salad for 4 people.
It's a massive 4-person steak and kale salad.
Yeah, and she eats the whole thing in like
Oh.
5 minutes.
One of those salads that has more calories than like 3 cheeseburgers.
Yep,
My God. All right.
she's got
Well-
a high metabolism.
She does. That's true.
I've just made a canon that she has to eat so much.
Yes. You guys get a group text from the kid. He is, it just says that what bay you're supposed to meet in for your after lunch. When you walk around and look at things and
Or
nope. When you
patrol?
Patrol. Patrol is the word I was looking for. Thank you.
I like
So-
tour.
Tour. I mean, kind of.
That
Tour
is
of
that
duty.
is straight up what you described.
So when you guys are done with lunch, you can head down to the bay that has all of the transportation for the heroes in training to go out and do their patrols. So if there's anything you'd like to talk about at lunch, if not, we can move on.
So Damien, you're coming on patrol with us?
That's the plan.
Sophia, do you think they'll let us take their motorcycles?
God, I wish. So electric powers. Yeah.
It's more or less manipulating the electromagnetism in certain objects, but yeah, electric powers.
Looks at Billy with a look on her face like, what does that mean?
So it's part. You can do some stuff with magnets.
Some
and-
stuff with magnets, but it's mostly in the realms of like electricity. He thinks for a moment and like raises his hand. Try and touch it.
Okay. Sticks a finger to try and touch the hand.
So, Earth principle to Jupiter. We're not actually physically touching anything. It's the molecules within our bodies that are touching it. And it's just this brief film. I can kind of extend that a bit more. And if you kind of look closer at Billy's finger, it's about like a millimeter away from Damien's hand.
I don't get it.
If someone were to throw a punch at me, it won't actually connect. It'll just get
Oh,
close.
that's dope. Okay.
And I can also channel this electromagnetism into a few things I have in my locker to help out.
So you're not really up close and personal kind of.
I'd like to stay as far away from the fight as possible, thanks. I did not drink enough milk as a kid and I have brittle bones.
It's cool. I'm used to that. If we're gonna go out on patrols and stuff, if something does come up, we're gonna, need to know where you fit. So
Think of me as the guy with the sniper rifle.
all right, I can
I'll
get down
be-
on that.
I'll be in the back and I'll watch your backs.
You guys, seriously, we gotta get another fucking front fighter up in this group.
Well, I mean,
be
yesterday
a front
Jupiter and
fighter.
we went back and did some training and tried to work on getting her to move around more quickly.
Sweet.
It's not necessarily that you need the frontline fighter. There are some groups that do only have one frontline fighter. The rest of the people support them. You just gotta make your powers mesh.
Yeah,
we're-
we're working it out.
Yeah, I mean the way our school does it, I guess this might be good for you to know if you're considering the school. though also you're coming in senior year, so this might not matter. But anyway, up until this year, we weren't really allowed to use our powers out in the field. At least not to like engage villains and evildoers and things like that. But now we can, so we're still trying to figure out how to, use our powers in a direct combat capacity.
At the very
Yeah.
least, y'all have had practical training, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, some.
I have a lot of combat training.
Yeah, she didn't get that here though.
No,
Credits didn't transfer over.
no. Most of what I know is not useful in the kinds of situations that we will run into.
I'll keep that in mind.
I've actually been thinking about that, and I have a couple of theories, but we can talk about that later.
Okay. Lots of like hand-to-hand combat stuff, but that doesn't happen very often here in the situations that we end up in.
And it sucks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Krieg was scratching on the cat scratcher, left, came back with a toy, put it on top of the cat scratcher, and then continued to scratch. It's the cutest thing I've ever
He
seen
did
him
it.
do.
My
He
heart.
did. I know.
Oh.
Anyways, so you guys make your way down to the bay. You are there is a sort of a green room where you guys can get into your costumes because you will be out in the world. You are going to be wearing your uniform, your outfits, your superhero outfits. So, have we described these yet? I don't know if we have. No?
I don't
Okay.
think
Well,
so.
let's have everyone tell us what you look like in your superhero swag. Savannah, go.
I will go because I know what mine looks like. I sent you guys some pictures. So, Sophia's hero costume is based very heavily off of Charlotte Flair, the professional wrestler. So it's gold. It's gold and sparkly, and there are some like black and white accents. So she wears basically as little as is allowed. Because she wants as much mobility as possible and isn't worried about sort of armor or anything like that because she can take those hits. So it's essentially like a golden sort of like, not a corset because that's restricting, but sort of like shaped in the same way, sort of like covering the same stuff, and like shorts, and then like these tall like gold boots that have like a real thick sole on them, and they're real sturdy. I mean the cat ears are natural, so they're always there. But she does sort of take the all like the front of her hair and kind of braid it back, so it's out of her face. But yeah, it's obnoxious. It looks exactly like it belongs in a wrestling ring. She's a beacon,
Yes.
not the beacon.
Not the beacon, but a beacon. Jupiter.
So Jupiter's superhero uniform is basically just like a slightly modified version of like the uniform spacesuit that she wore when she accidentally ended up on Earth. She's kind of like changed it a little bit to make it, more her style as opposed to, the style that it was supposed to be for stealth work. So now instead of being like basically all black, now it's like a very dark purple, and the base of the suit is like, it's like this. It looks like it would be all metal, but it's like a malleable mesh type material. And that's like the base of it. And then there's these little panels all over, like in basically like this whole area down to her stomach, and like partway down the legs, like on the thighs. And it's all these little panels of like the silvery gunmetal color. And then she's got the shoulders are a little bit like built out like armor-ish. And it will all move with her as she shapeshifts. And it's high-necked, but like form-fitted, and some like silver boots as well.
Perfect. Alex, what is Billy wearing?
Billy has basically Mickey Mouse's outfit from The Sorcerer's Apprentice. He's got like long flowing robe, big, conical hat with a wide brim, which is kind of how he hides his identity because it always seems like no matter what angle you're looking at, the brim is like covering part of his face or like casting a shadow over it. And that's his magic doing that. And also the robe itself will kind of change colors in accordance with both his mood and whatever magics he is currently wielding. So it'll just kind of default to slowly changing through the whole spectrum of colors, but whenever he casts some magic, it'll, suddenly switch to a color like, whatever it is that he is currently using his magic for.
Perfect. Thank you. Tanya.
Nancy's outfit is not really a superhero costume. She's more of an unassuming type. So she comes out in something you would see and maybe an older person wear, a pink sweatsuit. But the legs don't have the elastic on the bottom. They're straight legged. It's a nicer leisure suit, if you will, with a crew neck pink top, made of sweatshirt material, and embroidered on it. It has some flowers with a cat playing with a ball of yarn, a little cartoony looking thing. And that's what she's wearing with some white sneakers. And the only other difference is her glasses. She has a string of beads that connect her glasses so they will stay on her neck. But if you were looking at her, you would just think she was a teenager dressed like an old person.
All right, and RJ, what does Blitz look like?
Basically, he underneath everything is like a black leotard, but over that is like military camo pants and combat boots with this sort of midriff jacket on him. There is basically like a Kevlar vest strapped to him with these rectangular implements that have been shoved into the pockets, and he pulls a helmet out from his locker. It is like Red Hood styled, like Arkham Knight Red Hood styled, where it's a blank faceplate with just the eyes.
That's
But,
awesome.
as he puts it on, taps the side, there is a skull that appears on the faceplate.
So edge. I love it. The edgiest edge boy.
He's gonna round up everyone, pull up his phone, just like quick selfie for the gram.
Absolutely.
What's your grandma's name?
I'm at Blitzkrieg Bop.
Your grandma's name is Blitz. Okay, great, no
Oh
problem.
wait, hold on. You mean like my grandma?
Oh,
Nancy, he means Instagram.
Instagram. Okay, yeah, I know what that is.
It's the one that's just pictures.
Yeah, I like that one. No reading. So
You
yes,
guys,
we'll take a picture.
you guys snap a picture. It's very well framed, and you make your way down into to the bay that you were told to go to. You roll up. There is a sort of a bean-shaped flying machine in front of you. You see the kid there. He is speaking with a person, probably. He looks very he doesn't really make a lot of facial expressions. His eyes blink, like, just not enough. Like, it's very long between blinks, and he seems to be taking in everything, nodding to the kid, looking down upon him. And you see, as he looks towards the rest of you, his movements are a little off. Very uncanny valley about this person. And Billy, or the kid, walks up, sees you guys, waves, and he kind of walks forward. All right, everyone. How was your first day here, Damien?
was pretty good. Mostly just syllabus reading.
Yeah.
Cafeteria's pretty cool.
Oh, wow. Sweet. Well, we're going to be on our first mission today. This is Mr. Mister. He points over to the gentleman standing behind him, which I have revealed on the Roll20. The gentleman
No.
bows
leave.
his bows his head, gives you a smile that is just a little, again, uncanny valley, and says, "Very wonderful to meet all of you. I will be taking you to your next destination. I have it planned in the ship's navigation, and we shall be leaving when you're ready."
No motorcycles.
The kid kind of looks at you and is like, "Nah, not today. We're doing foot patrol."
Damn. Maybe next time, Sophia.
We'll get him.
Hey, walks are good for you.
All right, everyone, get inside. Emotions, and Mr. Mister follows you into the ship. It closes behind you and like does a very tight seal on the door, and you cannot see where it is anymore. There are no windows, but there are lights, and you could feel the ship moving, but you again, there's no windows, so you can't really see. Mr. Mister kind of stands where the front of the ship would be, and he seems to be looking forward out a window that's not there. And the kid is sort of standing on one of the many chairs that are sort of along the edges of this machine. Let me pull up the right notes. All right, everyone. We're going to be going to Infinity City. Jesus Christ. Infinity City, where we're just going to be doing a patrol down one of the major thoroughfares. So, shouldn't be too much going on, but if we do see something, we'll assess it, and then we'll see what we can do about it, okay? Now, I just want you to remember that we are still heroes in training, right? So if it's something that's too big for us, we do that in our assessment, and then we'll call the big heroes, okay?
Totally.
So don't grow bigger if something's really big.
I mean, like, threat level, not, like, actual size.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we should be there soon. You guys know that Infinity City is the largest city in the south. It is fairly far away from you guys as far as, like, if you were to drive there, it would probably take you, like, 6 or 7 hours. But the ship ride is very quick. You get there in about 10 minutes. And as the ship lands, you feel something, and then you realize that that was the landing, and the door opens again. Do you have any questions for me before we go out there? All right. Just put on a good face. Remember, we're trying to make sure the citizens think that, feel comfortable and that they are protected. If people might ask you questions, if you don't know the answer, you can either ask me or you can tell them you don't know, okay? All right. I'm not going to be with you, but I'm going to be close, okay? So if you need me, just hit me up. I have my comm on. And he taps his ear. You all have been given sort of like Star Trek badges so that you can talk to each other. And you are dropped off on a fairly busy street. I would say this city is probably like Chicago-sized, large and bustling. There are some cars going down the street. There's some that are normal gas cars. There are electric cars, and there are hover cars. There are people walking down that are normal looking humans. There are from everything from normal looking humans to like aliens to people with plants growing for their hair, a sort of situation. This is a very major city, and everyone's kind of just going about their business.
how did people react? Like, did we land in an alley? Where did the ship land, or are they just going around the ship, not caring?
It's kind of, you kind of parked it, so you're sort of, I mean, you're in a loading zone situation. It is taking up more space than a normal vehicle would, but he quickly hovers off, and you see the ship go.
Okay, so I guess we just start walking.
You do. You start walking, and you guys have gone on patrols before. You know that they can be very dull, or they can just be. There can be people asking you questions, or people looking to get pictures, or most of the time it's people ignoring you, especially in a city like this, because they recognize heroes. They see them all the time. Situation. You do see some people flying over from time to time. You can probably recognize some of them as minor heroes, but it's pretty quiet for the first half hour of your trek. You go down. You have a couple blocks. I don't know how big a block is. Lot of blocks, lots of blocks that you're walking down and patrolling on. And about, like I said, a half an hour into this, a woman does stop, and actually Nancy, she like taps you on the shoulder. It said, oh, an older woman who has sort of a lean to her back. She says, excuse me, young lady, do you know where the nearest sandwich shop is?
Oh, actually, yeah, we just passed one. Just
Can
go up.
Can you take me there?
Sure. Team, we're gonna make a quick detour and take. What was your name again, lovely?
Oh, my name is Bertha.
Bertha. We're gonna take Bertha to the sandwich shop we just passed.
Oh, you're so kind.
Great, I'm starving.
Copy that.
Looks
I
like
just-
we're joining you.
Oh, that would be lovely. I can tell you about my cats.
Oh, we love cats.
We do
at this one.
actually.
Oh, look at you. Do you have a tail? And she kind of like moves around you.
I wish.
Oh, well, you have very fluffy ears. And she kind of, Nancy, or Billy, I'm going to say Billy, she takes your arm as you guys are walking down the street back to the sandwich shop. And you take her to this sandwich place, which is called RJ. Sandwich shop,
Terrible
go.
name for a
I know.
sandwich shop.
It's called RJ.
It's
It's
called RJ.
RJ's.
It's just RJ's sandwiches. They're great sandwiches.
They're paninis.
All right. Yeah, who is everyone going inside?
I mean, I think Billy is kind of stuck going inside
Yeah.
since he's helping Bertha right now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Nancy held the door open to let them in,
Okay.
and then
Jupiter's not
walking
hungry.
behind
She'll
me.
just hang out outside.
Okay. You guys go in and get your paninis. Jupiter, you standing outside are kind of, I assume you're keeping your head on a swivel sort of situation. There's, because I always imagine comic books as being like 80s based, there are some manhole covers that have smoke coming out of them, and there's a lot of hustle and bustle on this street. But you do see kind of across the way the smoke from the manhole seems to linger a little bit longer, and you see a shadow moving into an alleyway just a little bit down the street.
I guess what would be protocol in this situation? Would it be to like communicate to the team that I see something weird, knock on the window? What do you think? Or
I think that's up to her. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
like if you see something suspicious, you should look into it. You have a team there. They're getting sandwiches though, so it's up to you what you want to do.
Yeah. Well, she's still getting used to the team thing. So she's probably just going to wander in that direction,
Mhm.
keeping the sandwich shop in sight, but seeing if she can like see what she saw
Sure.
or get some more information.
Yeah, you make your way across the street. Everyone else, RJ's is impeccable on customer service. You're able to get your sandwiches. You sit Bertha down. Do you guys want to eat in here or do you want to eat outside? Eat and walk.
I would think
Um,
we probably eat and walk.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Sophia would wander back outside.
Okay.
So I sit Bertha down and we say, "Lovely, I'm sorry we cannot sit with you, but we are actually
Oh.
working right now."
Oh, well, you are heroes who are doing good things out in society. You go do what you need to do, honey.
Oh, thank you, Bertha. It was
Oh, thank
lovely to
you.
meet you. I hope we run into you again. And then like she just kind of hurries out the door.
Yes, she begins pulling up cat pictures and starts looking at them on her phone. Uh, you guys make your way outside. Jupiter isn't there. She's pretty easy to spot. She's moved her way across the street. And Jupiter, you kind of are looking down the alley that this smoky figure sort of hid or moved into. And you hear behind you a large crash. And those of you who are watching on the street, you see a hovercraft just drop and smash into the ground. You see, like people are kind of like stop and look. There is another car coming the other way that immediately like it does not stop and crashes into the back of another vehicle that it was following. And by you guys, the two of, or the three of you, or the four of you, I guess, on your side of the street, you hear a person saying, Kevin, Kevin, are you okay? And as you look over, you see a person, a humanoid figure on the ground, sort of not moving in any way, but there's another person standing over them, very kneeling over them, very concerned about and like shaking them and trying to figure out what's going on with them. What would you like to do?
Damien hustles over.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, is everyone all right? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Kevin, he just stopped moving and he fell down. I don't know what's. I think something might be wrong with his circuitry. And he kind of like she like moves the head a little bit, and you can see a grafted like circuit board on the back of their head. And she's sort of like, I don't know what to do with it. I don't have my repair kit with me right now. He shouldn't be functioning like this. And she kind of like looks up and looks around and sees a lot of people are kind of panicking. Like they don't know what's happening. The cars that have crashed, the people are getting out of them. They're like very shaken in this moment. And like looking around, there's a lot of people just talking, asking questions.
Hey, Sophia, Nancy, can you set up a cordon around the area? I'm gonna need Billy and Jupiter to move these civilians out of here.
Sure, on it.
Yeah, you got it.
All right. Jupiter, you don't hear anything in your headset. Actually, none of you hear anything in your headset.
But at least the rest of us are close enough to hear Damien in person.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Is there any interference or anything, or it's just blank?
Yeah, just blank.
Hey, I think you're muted.
Is my so the skull is digital on his mask? Is it?
Oh,
off?
yes.
Hello, Jupiter.
As soon as we realize it's not working, Nancy's like, "Jupiter, our comms aren't working." Across the street, see if she can hear.
Yeah,
Can I
there's a
hear
lot
them
of
in the commotion though?
You can. You hear Nancy's voice. She has I feel like Nancy has kind of a mom voice where you can hear it over everything. Yeah, you could definitely hear them. And you can see the chaos that's going on in between you two, the two groups.
does that draw attention to me and the figure that I was like kind of trying to follow?
When you look down the alley, as you were watching them go down, you look back and you don't see them.
Could I roll what's it?
Assess the situation. Might be a good one.
superior, right?
Yes.
Okay. First roll.
Let's go, champ.
Nope. I'm
Oh boy.
I'm busy
We-
helping this person
We
out.
do have team in the pool. Right now we have 4. We can't get that up, can we?
You would only need to spend 3 to get it to mixed success.
Yeah.
But that is
So-
quite a lot to spend.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Oh, we
busy
have
helping.
4.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. From last
I
time.
Hear Nancy.
Does team not reset?
It resets
when time
after time.
passes.
Yeah.
You're right.
Oh, what's after time?
No, you're right.
It's up to me.
Yep.
Oh, okay. No rules. I like it.
I know,
Um,
right?
So Jupiter will hear Nancy and hold up like a 1 minute, you know,
Mhm.
I'll be over there in a second, like motion, and she's gonna kind of like walk further down the alley and
Mhm.
I want to assess the situation and see if
All
I
right.
can
Let's do it.
sense this thing.
Ooh, girl,
11.
get it. All right, an 11 plus, ask 2, please. Which, do you have the sheet pulled up? It's on the Roll20 if you scroll down the basic moves handouts.
Pew, pew, pew. There we go.
Mhm.
So I get to ask 2. I would like to see what here is the biggest threat.
I'll give you a little bit. Right now the biggest threat is panic of what's
Okay.
going on outside. People in general don't usually deal with the unknown well, and nobody seems to know what's going on. The threat before you seems to be not here anymore. It doesn't seem to be like a threat right now.
Okay. So whatever
You
I
don't
saw
really
appears to
sense
be
anything in the
any
area yet.
danger. Okay.
Yeah.
And how best could we end this quickly?
Ooh, okay, cool. Yeah, probably the best way to end this quickly is to get control of the crowd, and to figure out what happened or where it happened, like what's
Okay.
going on. Hmm Is that
Okay.
is that not enough? I feel like
No, that's great.
it's vague.
Yeah, I can roll with it. So not sensing anything of immediate danger in the
Mm.
direction that she was following the shadowy figure, she's gonna run back over to her friends,
Mhm.
and try to start keeping people calm. Anybody that she senses is starting to kind of like lose it a little bit or
Mhm.
get panicked, she's gonna
Yeah.
kind of like try to like make that like pheromone
Yeah.
a little bit stronger
Mhm.
and like exude like a calming or she's hoping that like by doing that it's going to kind of
Yeah.
like everybody's going to smell something very comforting that they
Mhm.
like, and it's going to kind of like calm
Yeah.
everybody down a little bit.
That's great. I like that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that's what Jupiter's doing. What is everyone else doing in this moment?
So I had a question.
Yeah.
So there was like the initial wreck.
Yeah.
What else is going on with like traffic?
It
Right
is
now.
it's gone to a stop. If you take a moment and look up, the lights aren't working. They're not on. So everyone's kind of just stopped and they're getting out of their cars because the intersection's kind of blocked at this point. They're like, what is going on? Everyone is very harumph-free.
Okay, so I
Is-
think. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna ask: is the person holding Kevin like freaking out?
Kind of. Not as much as like, oh, this person dropped dead, like that there's a very like big panic, but she did mention that like, well, circuitry's not functioning like that. So she seems very concerned about what's happening, but she's not like in hysterics or anything.
Okay.
I
I'll let
also
you
have
go
a
next.
weird question.
Mhm.
So my like suit has like my little like tracker, like whatever
Mm.
little comms board or whatever that was like
Yeah.
my thing to get here. that wouldn't have been fried probably because it's built for space travel or
Yeah, that's what I was thinking because it's
yeah,
yeah.
that's probably the only
different.
thing still working
Mm-hmm.
because it's different. So like
Yeah.
that would be a clue.
Yeah. Unless
To
there is
me.
some sort of magical tech that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if it appears that like circuits just general like well, I can't say like an EMP because like EMP is like a thing, but like it would be I would be assuming, right, that it would be like a electromagnetic disturbance of some sort that would be frying all of this stuff, right?
Might be.
Okay. Well, I'm going to point out to my friends that my thing is still lighting up and working.
Can you use that on like regular stuff? The traffic lights are out.
Yeah. I might be able to rig something with it to like get them working.
If we could do that, I'm gonna try to clear the intersection because all of this is dangerous.
Okay.
I was gonna get whoever's holding Kevin,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to try to comfort her.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, you can roll plus mundane to kind of calm her down a little bit to see if you can make her to make more sense in this moment. Oh, killing it.
Did I?
That's a 9.
Oh, it's a hit.
Yeah. So for comforting, supporting, you roll plus mundane on a hit. They hear you. They, anyways, that's other stuff. But, so what are you trying to convey to her? What do you want?
I'm trying to tell her like Kevin's gonna be okay. We need to get you out of the intersection.
Oh,
We don't
okay.
want anything to happen. We don't know if the electricity is gonna start working again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
Can you help me lift her, please? Him,
That's
please.
what I was just gonna say. We're gonna lift Kevin together and
Mhm.
and move them.
Perfect.
So that's what we're doing.
Yes, love it. You are able to maneuver this non-human onto the sidewalk.
Damien's gonna go into like his utility belt, pull out 2 glow sticks, one red, one green, crack them open, and just stand in the intersection and start directing traffic.
Love
Yeah,
it.
because Sophia has definitely gone in and is like just full like talked to the people who
Mhm.
she doesn't really talk to that much, but she's like, I'm gonna move your car. I'm not gonna hurt it anymore than it's already hurt, and is kind of just like lifted and pushed like the wrecked vehicles like out of the way, sort of like into the corner, somewhere maybe
Yes.
up on the sidewalk, so they're not in the intersection anymore.
That's perfect. What's Billy doing?
Billy would like to charge up his powers because there's something he can do to try and figure out what's going on.
Hell yeah.
So
What's she going to do?
First, I gotta roll to charge up my powers.
Do it, do it, do it.
This is plus my conditions marked, which is 1 currently. Ooh, that's not great.
Ooh.
'Cause
But
on a
it
miss,
could be
I-
helped.
Yeah, because I will say on a miss, I hold 2 burn and mark 3 conditions, which would put me at 4 out of 5.
So when I'm trying to figure out how we would help. So like when Billy charges up his powers, like what is that? I assume we're like at least a little bit familiar
Yeah,
with that at
it
this point.
is because he knows that there is a connection to his emotional state in doing this, and he knows both that kind of the more volatile it is, the more potentially powerful he is, but also the more out of control it is. So there's a lot of like meditation and breathing exercises to try and channel it in a controlled manner. And so I think maybe right now it maybe appears like he is not like full on panic attack, but it's like there's a lot going on. He's trying to center himself and is maybe not succeeding currently.
I think Sophia would try to help. Because she's definitely made everyone in this group go to yoga with her at least once.
Billy probably still goes fairly regularly, thinking
Oh,
it'll help with the
that's
control.
so sweet. Okay, so I think she like finishes moving the cars wherever and is like talking to one of the people who owns them and kind of like sees him and will like tell them and just kind of like goes over to Billy. I think doesn't like. I think she like because she's very tall, so I think she kind of like gets down, like kneels down a little bit next to him and is like, "Hey, this is nothing compared to that hot yoga we did 2 weeks ago. that was probably the worst thing that's ever happened to me. This, if you can breathe through that, you can breathe through this. Don't worry about it.
And he's nodding, but also still very clearly focusing on the breathing. And like his mood ring robe is like, it's not full strobing, but it is very rapidly shifting through different colors currently, which is probably how you can tell that he is struggling a bit.
Am
And
I
she's-
nearby enough to like notice what's happening? Do you think? I was moving towards the traffic
Yeah,
light. Do you think
yeah,
I'm close
yeah.
enough to see them. Jupiter's just gonna like run over to them really fast, and she's just gonna like try to like unleash as much of like the pheromone like calming that she's been trying to exude as possible. Be like, Billy, take a deep breath.
That's
Does,
perfect.
and I was thinking about this earlier, but Alex does not have much of a sense of smell, so figuring out like smells is
Oh,
tricky. But gets that whiff of the comfort thing, and yeah.
And then she's gonna run back over to the traffic light and see if she can try to rig it up.
all right.
Yeah.
That gets
so-
you to a 7.
Yes, so I mark a condition, but I get 3 burn now. So I think is going to mark insecure because he's like, I've tried to do this and clearly it didn't work on my own, but still got it. So now with that, I would like to spend 1 burn for elemental awareness.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm also just realizing I also mark a condition when I do this one, but it is pretty powerful. Spend 1 burn and mark a condition to open your mind up to the world around you with your powers. You can ask any one question about the world around you, and the GM will answer honestly.
All right, let's
Um,
do it.
So I think gonna go ahead and mark afraid here. So I realized we did all that, and now I have at 3 out of 5 conditions instead of 4 out of 5.
Hey,
But
you know what? Progress.
also if I'd been at 4 and then used this, I would have put myself at the 5. So
Mhm.
anyway, so we did good. But so the question I am asking is basically, what is the source of this shutdown and how can we reverse it?
Yeah. So, is this a magical thing that you were?
Yeah,
How does
so
it? What does it look like? Tell me what
So
it
I
looks
think
like.
once Billy finally, channels his powers safely, we'll do, because it's lots of drawing circles and hand gestures. So starts by like drawing 2 circles for his eyes, 2 circles for his ears, kind of a circle around his nose, and it's like, magically enhancing his senses, essentially.
Yeah. Okay. So as you do this, your eyes under your hood or your hat begin to glow, and you use, is it yellow magic?
It's whatever color. So I think this
Okay.
might be we'll go with a blue for
Okay.
this currently.
Yeah. So your eyes under your hat begin to glow blue as this takes effect. You feel yourself, your mind moving, and your vision and your hearing start to whip through. And not very far, you can see your vision kind of like stops at this contraption in the ground, and you kind of hover around it as you get there. It has legs that have been placed into the concrete. It is a sort of egg-shaped machine, and it seems to be like cooling down. And you can see where it is, which is just a couple of streets away. And you see next to it there is a hole in the brick wall, and you see a bluish light coming from inside.
And so I think he kind of vision snaps back if Sophie and Jupiter are still nearby. There's a machine underground. It's
I'm
couple
sorry, it's on.
streets
It
away.
was on the street. It was in
Oh,
like
on
an
the
alley.
street. Okay. It's a couple streets away. I think it's what's causing this.
On it. I think as as long as the traffic is under control and everything, Sophie is gonna kind of take off in the whatever direction Billy says the thing's in.
Yeah.
Hey,
We know what's doing this. It's this way.
Follow Billy. And I start running too.
Yeah.
glow sticks in the air, chases after.
Tanya, I will remind you, you do have, just at any point, you have dark visions. So if you want to mark your doom track, you can have a vision about the situation. You can do it anytime. Just saying.
I know. I wanted to do that. I didn't know if Billy's ability is kind of the same thing right here, or if a
Sorta,
vision would give me
kinda.
a full vision.
It would. I wouldn't make it do the same thing in any situation. So if you guys want to double up on those, you can always do that.
I'm going to wait till we get a little closer
Sure.
and I actually lay eyes on what it is. Because as far as I know, yeah, I'm gonna just wait. 'cause
Perfect.
He seems to know something.
Yeah.
I think
So you
as
guys.
they go, Sophia has made sure to go first
Mm-hmm.
because doesn't know how machines work, but thinks, I don't know, this might explode at any moment.
Fair.
I think she just thinks that about most machines. So it's made it a point, and I think made that clear to the team that she's gonna go first.
All right.
When
Yeah,
anybody
you-
gets close.
You get up to this alleyway. Are you going to slide into it, or what? How do you approach the alley?
If there
Debating.
if there has been said that there is a threat, he goes to a chest pocket and he'll pull out this almost rectangular piece of metal. At the end of one is a disc-shaped hole, and he's just going to hold 3 of them in one hand,
Nice.
back press against the wall looking into the alley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Sophia's going to. Well, she can't hide. She's 6 feet tall and made of glitter. She is sort of make sure that everyone is up against a wall or sort of around a corner or anything, just in case there is any kind of real immediate danger in here. And then I think makes her way into the alley so she can then shout back to describe what she's seeing.
Sure.
She knows she's not going to know what it is.
Yes.
But I think will make her way sort of halfway down to where she can see it enough to describe it to the people who will.
Yes. So you get down this alley, and it's sort of again, there's a lot of fog for whatever reason, because it's mysterious. But you see there's this thing in the middle of the ground. It's about 4 feet tall. It's egg-shaped again, very mechanical. You see that it is, the lights are fading on it, as if it is powering down. There are legs that are extended into the concrete that kind of it looks like it slammed down to hold the weight of this thing. And you again see the hole behind it. And you can kind of feel the heat and feel you can hear the wind down of this machine.
I think I want to use my dark vision now.
Let's do it. Why don't you describe it to me?
What my dark vision looks like?
Yeah, does it look like anything when you do it?
Yes. It looks like I feel such an ageist. I don't know the term for this. But Nancy just kind of has a blank face, but she kind of shuffles, slowly dancing back and forth,
Okay.
stepping back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. As you do this, your vision goes black for a moment, and you've marked your doom track. Awesome. So ask me a question. Or no. I'm sorry. I'll give you a vision, and then you're going to ask me a question. So as you are looking down this alleyway, as you start your ritualistic dance, you kind of move past everything, go into the hole, and you see inside, illuminated by what seem to be very bright animals, almost spirited creatures. There is a man grabbing something off of a shelf. and he kind of pulls down. He turns around and you see he has goggles on, almost like a gas mask type situation. He has a helmet on. He looks very tactical, almost like a 19 or like a World War II era like tactical look to him. And the creatures around him are moving very like spirits. They're kind of not moving naturally. They're like swirling around him. And he takes the thing, puts it in a box, and begins to move out. What question would you like to ask me?
Cool. I don't understand what's happening. But whatever the thing that Sophia described,
Mm.
I want to know how to stop it.
How to stop it? I will give you this. It's already done its job. It would take a while. You know that it's an EMP type thing. It is powering down. It has gone off. You can sabotage it so it doesn't go off again, or so that they don't kind of take it if you'd like. But it seems to be the real threat of what's going on is what's going on in the building that you just witnessed.
I wasted my question.
I'm sorry. You can ask another one.
No, that's fine. It's fair. I asked it. I kind of tell everybody what I see in my vision, and then I'm like, it's not a threat anymore. We need to stop it, sabotage it so it doesn't go off again.
How, like, dimension-wise, how big is this thing?
It's about 4 feet tall and probably like 2.5 feet. Well, maybe like 3 feet wide. You could pick it up and huck it if you wanted to. I mean, you're strong enough.
Sophia's got a better idea.
Knock it
I
off the
want
shelf, 'cause you're a cat.
to just no, wait, I pushed it a couple times first. Sophia is going to approach the thing, the little EMP, the little machine, pretty quickly, and just like rear back and sort of put herself in sort of like fighting stance and just like punch through sort of the exterior of it, hoping to like break enough of it that it won't work anymore.
Yeah. Why don't you do me a favor and directly engage a threat?
I would love to do that. It's the thing I'm really good at. Oh my god, I have a +3.
That's
7.
a 7. Still a success. And not that a failure wouldn't be a success in some way. So you are directly engaging a threat. So pick one of the things.
Okay.
I will say it's not going to punch you back.
There's a second part to this plan,
Okay.
which I'm going to engage now. I want to take something from them. I want to take it. I want to take it.
Okay.
I want to break it and then take it so we can take it back to the real heroes and be like, hey, what the fuck is this?
Perfect. Yes, you punch into this thing and you you kind of just like grab it by the insides and like kind of huck it above your head. And are you want to take the whole thing or just the part that you're taking? The part
No, I
that you
wanna take
punch.
the whole thing.
Okay, just making sure. Yes. So I think this, well, then for you it might not be, but you pull it up above your head and you kind of like wrench it out of the ground a little bit because it was kind of stuck in there. But yeah, you're able to take it if you'd like. What's your next step? What's the plan, guys?
Yeah, I think just like sort of like wrenches it out of the concrete and then just kind of like looks back down the alley with this thing like on her fist and is like, I don't know, evidence.
Damien's like doing the come over here as he's covering her.
Goes back down the alley.
You guys see through this hole as Sophia is walking or is moving back down the alley. You see this figure walking out. He takes a step out of the hole and his creatures start to like maneuver around him. He kind of looks down at you guys, looks at the ground for a second. Yeah, I mean, you can't read his face, but he looks at the ground, looks at you guys, and then he turns and begins to run.
Freeze!
He does not.
What kind of animals are there?
There's like a wolf and a large cat, like a bobcat, sort of. Well, not a bobcat, like a cougar. He has an eagle flying around him, but they're all made of
the same
this.
thing.
What? A bobcat and a
Bobcat's
cougar?
just another name for cougar.
What's the one with the little tail? With the little
Lynx.
nub tail? Ah, that's it. Yeah, so all these creatures kind of flying around him and moving, and as he moves down the alleyway, he like does a wall step onto one of them and then kind of grabs the edge of a fence and like throws himself over it.
Before he does that, I would like to directly engage a threat, but pull my punch.
Okay. What are you doing?
So I have a active ability called Fight the Good Fight. When you pull your punches while directly engaging a threat, you can roll plus Savior instead of Danger. If you do, I cannot choose to impress, surprise, or frighten them.
Okay, perfect.
Eh.
Holy shit! That's a 13. Damn.
Damien takes one of the metal, metal rectangles, points it at them, and there is a discharge of electricity.
Mhm.
On the other side, there's like a metallic disc with a rubber edge that gets shot forward and hits him square in the back.
Oof. You see him sort of lurch forward. Does this do any damage?
I'm pulling my punch, so it's non-lethal,
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah. Let's see. There's no. Yeah.
I don't actually know if there's damage tracks.
No,
in
there's
this
not.
game.
That was a stupid question for me to ask. Yeah. So you do this, and as you do, you see him like he grabs the top of the fence as he's going over,
Oh.
and he. Yes.
Sorry. Part of my basic move for directly engage a threat on a hit, I get to choose like to resist or avoid the blows, take
Yeah.
something from them, or create an
Yes.
opportunity.
Yeah, just not impress, surprise, or frighten.
So he hits him in the back as he's grabbing onto, or the arm as he's grabbing onto the fence, which makes him like collapse back to the ground.
Okay. So you're creating an opportunity?
Yeah.
Can
Okay.
I use telekinesis to like bring him to us?
Yeah, 1 second though. First, he's going to, as he hits the ground, you see him sort of from his bag pull up a weapon, and he is going to fire it at Damien. So I'm going to have you take a powerful blow.
Cool. Oh, I have a thing for this too.
Awesome.
Instead, I roll Never Give Up, Never Surrender. When you take a powerful blow from someone far powerful than you, use this move instead. Roll Savior instead of your conditions. On a hit, I stand strong and choose 1.
You min-max, you son of a bitch. Let's go. Roll it.
It's a hit.
All right. You get. Go ahead.
Yeah, on a hit. Okay. And then I also mark a condition.
Yes. All right. So I'm sorry. You still take the hit, and what was the other part of it?
I get to choose 1 out of this list, so I'm going to add 1 to the team pool.
Awesome. Perfect. And we're going to go over that now. Okay. Just real quick. Actually, we'll wait on that. All right. Tanya, you wanted to do something with telekinesis. Oh, well, I'm sorry. Damien does get hit with a bullet in the shoulder. As it is fired from the gun, you see it sort of mixing with this this blue spirit, and it sort of like grazes your shoulder. You do not need to mark a condition, but that is what happens. Tanya, what would you like to do?
Okay, I changed my mind. I want to try to use my memory manipulation.
Okay.
So, like, as a dude, he falls and shoots his weapon. But then I want him to all of a sudden remember, like, hey, wait, I'm supposed to go up to my friends and tell them what the plan was.
Okay.
Is that possible?
I mean, yes, it's possible with your powers. So, go ahead. this is unleashing your powers,
Oh.
but I mean, yeah, I would say it's not quite piercing the mask. But yeah,
Piercing. Okay.
all right. Roll plus freak, please.
I'm scared.
All right. That is I already did it, Alex. That's an 11.
Oh, a full hit. Okay.
Yes, a full success, my dear. So you pierce into his mind using your powers, and yep, you do it. On a hit, you do it. So you are able to you want him to regard you guys as friendly,
Yes.
basically. And he kind of, you see him like moving and shifting, and you don't hear anything. You don't hear him from down the alley. You hear him in your mind. And you kind of hear this like ghastly voice that says, "Oh, what are you doing? You're supposed to be watching." And he like tries to stand up.
He yells and I was like, "Oh yeah, well I forgot what the plan was. Like what's happening again?"
He stands up. And he pulls out a canister from his bag. And he's kind of like, he's really struggling with this thing in his bag. And he looks looks down. You see the lights in his eyes, and he says, "We've got to get this out of here." And he places the canister in the mouth of his wolf spirit creature, and the wolf begins to like, it just bounds up the wall and over. And he like starts sort of like hobbling to you, and like, "We need to get out of here,
Like, or what?
or we'll get caught, of course."
As this is happening, Jupiter is going to follow the wolf as
Okay.
another wolf. Well, it
Oh,
went up the wall, right?
it went up and over the fence.
Okay, yeah.
Hmm.
I'm becoming a giant. I'm transforming myself into a like, giant dire wolf, like
Hell yeah.
horse-sized, huge wolf.
All right.
And I'm gonna follow the spectral wolf.
Nancy seems to be very competently handling this, so
Yeah.
Sophia is absolutely gonna go with Jupiter and be like, "You're not going by yourself." Just sort of like Spider-Man 2, like grabs onto two things and just like slingshots herself up.
Love it.
Big goblin chaos energy. I'm sorry.
Oh, Lord.
Uh,
Bring
I
it.
No,
would like-
you're not.
I would like to directly engage a threat by pulling my punches.
Okay. Well, why don't we? Billy hasn't done anything here
Okay,
yet,
yeah,
so
yeah,
why don't
go
we
ahead.
do that first?
Yeah. So I think what Billy would like to try and do here is seeing that like the wolf spirit has already gotten far away. I think Billy is going to attempt to use magic and like try and put the other spirit animals here into cages and keep them from moving or doing anything.
Okay.
I don't think this is any of my flares.
Mm-hmm. There's only so many things you can do.
Yeah.
I mean, I get this is unleashing your powers. It is, you're using magic.
Yeah. Which,
You're not.
I mean,
yeah.
that's what I'm good at. So
Yeah. Okay.
So let's give this a shot. It's also one of the only moves
Yeah.
that isn't being affected by a
Yeah.
condition right now.
Holy
That's a
shit!
14,
Kapow!
kapow. So yeah, I think he will, again start like drawing circles in the air, but like from his perspective, he's like drawing a circle around each animal, and as
Yeah.
he completes a circle, it like either chains pop up and like lash it down, or it gets put inside like a box of some kind. It's different for each one, but
Yeah.
we'll just try and go through them all and make sure they are all contained.
All right, you do this, and you see him looking down at these things, and then looking up at you, and he seems very upset by this. And in your head, you hear this voice, "What are you doing?" And he seems like he's might attack you for that.
Yeah.
And he does so since everyone's gone. He is going to pull out his gun and try and shoot you, Billy. Because his animals are all caged up. He can't do anything about that. So I'm gonna have you try to take a powerful blow.
Yeah, which isn't
Roll
gonna
plus
be
your
great for me.
conditions.
Yep. Because I can't use my shielding because that is explicitly defend someone else.
Mm-hmm.
But there are still 2 teammates here who could try and protect me.
I do
Mhm.
have a thing for defense.
Okay. Does he? You still have to roll, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Alex, go ahead and take a powerful blow, and then, right, and then RJ's gonna roll to defend or defend first.
I think it would be defend first
Okay.
because
Yeah, for defense, it's I keep for NPC threats. If I hit, then I keep the person getting attacked safe.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and roll plus savior, please. Which you're so bad at.
10.
10. All right, on a 10, for NPC, on a hit, you keep them safe and choose one.
I'm gonna add another +1 to the team pool.
Hell yeah, killing it. You got it, Alex?
I will, yes.
Okay. All right, so how do you stop him from shooting?
Like a shadow in the night, he appears behind the man as he raises the gun and slaps him in the back of the head. There is a
Oof.
discharge of electricity, as it's like My Hero Academia, the text pop in the back stun gun.
Oh, I love it. And as you do that, like a shadow in the night, you see the fog move around you. Well, you're not here anymore. You guys are chasing this spirit creature. Those of you left behind see the fog moving off the wall, and you see a shadow appear in it. And as it does, it looks at your group, looks down at the person on the ground, who's totally not her partner, and is going to grab him by the back of his collar and pull him into the shadows. The creatures remain in the cages.
What?
Actually, Nancy, this person looks familiar to you. I mean, not that they look like anything, but you've heard about this person before. You heard about them yesterday.
Who did I hear about yesterday?
As
Oh,
well, Liana, the also known as the Smoker. She was one of the people who was recruited into the villains, the bad guys, the Jesus, what did I even name them? The bad guy gang.
oh, I tell them next to me, like, oh, she's from the bad guy gang.
But they have a better name than that.
I
I'm
kinda
trying
like
to look
that.
through my notes.
Uh,
Band of
Bad
Villains
guys.
is what I have.
the band of villains is what it is.
You know, it was definitely the band of bad guys for
The
like,
band. No,
whole
no, no.
first
That's right. The
episode.
band of bad guys. Because bad guys. But as you guys are standing here in this spot, that's where we are going to end it for today, because we have gone a little bit over, and I don't want to take up too much of your time, especially since we have a guest tonight. And you have these creatures in front of you still. You guys are giving chase to this smoke creature, and that's where we're going to pick up next week. So thank you guys so much for watching. We have end of session things that we have to do. Stars and wishes being the most of them. So, but let us go into and do our we are gonna do our end of session things. So everyone's gonna say how they grew closer to the team, or moved away from the team, or grew into their own image of themselves. So why don't we go around in stream order, and you can tell us about that. So Savannah, what did you grow closer to the team, or grow further away? What do you think?
Yeah, I think Sophia grew closer to the team, and I think the person she attributes that the most to is Jupiter, who sort of followed through on their plans to like make her some social media stuff and increase her brand, and has has also really sort of in the in between, like I think she doesn't show it, but when like because Jupiter turns to her a lot for like, hey, these like I don't understand how these people are behaving, like explain this to me, or like, am I doing this right? Like things. And I think there's just she doesn't show it, but there is just a little like Sophia will remember this at the top of the screen. Like I think she's been like paying attention to that more and realizing that like Jupiter like actually maybe sees her as a friend and is trying to like reciprocate that. So yeah.
All right. So, Jupiter, you are going to shift the labels, right? You already have influence over Sophia, right?
Do you have influence over me? I have influence over you.
Let me look. No, I don't have influence over
What?
But
Oh, yeah, you do.
now.
I
Oh,
do
you're
now.
influenced by.
Yes.
Aha.
I'm influenced by everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, you have influence over me now.
Yay.
All right. All right. Over to you, Rachel.
I would say that I think Jupiter grew closer to the team. I think it really started with like everybody actually like came over for a movie night. She always invites everybody, but they don't always come. And she doesn't want to like invite everybody over every night, but like, she's really trying to like not be the weird loner alien girl. She's trying to like be friendly and like have everybody over. So watching a horror movie with everybody was I feel like a very good bonding thing. And then, first patrol as a team, it's making her feel like less of a solo act and more of a team member. And I think that that's going to be very important moving forward. And I feel like a big counterpart in that today was definitely Sophia with I don't know, it was just a very like, oh, well, somebody else should be at the front. And so Jupiter just was like, all right, let's go chase this this wolf that took off on this thing together, and like saw her come with. And she's like, okay, cool. Like, this is fun. And then I think doing all the social media stuff for Sophia has been fun for her as well.
All right, perfect. Take your influence or shift labels.
I do already have influence over the entire team, turns out.
Yes.
So labels. I'm going to shift. I like to do these based on what happened in the session. I'm gonna shift Jupiter's danger up one. And her freak down one.
Perfect. All right. RJ. Who'd you go close to? Where did you go farther apart from the team?
I'd like to think I grew close to everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm the new guy here. But probably gonna give it to Billy because he's bunking up with him. So they're gonna be spending the most time together.
Yeah.
All right.
I think, so because I don't have influence yet, I'm not shifting your labels, but I now have influence over you.
Yes. What about Billy?
I think Billy definitely grew closer to the team. And I think this time it was mostly Jupiter because she was the one who we were doing the extra team training with, and she, helped out with the movie night and the calming pheromones during the patrol. So you should already have influence over me, so you get to shift my labels. But as you do that, I am going to clear one of my conditions because I have a lot.
Yes.
taking a look at what it takes to clear the condition so I can think about which is the hardest to do.
Yeah.
Gonna clear afraid.
All right.
For your labels, again, based on what happened, I think I'm gonna shift freak down and danger up.
Okay.
All right. All right, Tanya.
I think Nancy grew close to the team. Just sitting and watching a movie with anybody in their room will make that happen. And that's because Jupiter. So I think Jupiter would have influence over me.
All right. Do you already have influence over Nancy?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
All right. Go ahead and shift those labels.
So labels. Gonna go with I'm gonna shift superior up and 'cause you did a lot of assessing with your
Mhm.
awesome sauce tonight. And then we're gonna go danger down.
Okay.
Danger, danger.
Do I
Yours
change
also
that?
don't equal 3.
Nope, she's going to change it on your sheet.
Oh, I won't touch it. Then. Okay.
All right, let's go around. We got stars and wishes, and then we're done for the night. Excuse me, does anyone have anything that stands out in their brain they want to get out there right away?
I do.
Do it.
I think we'll all agree is probably Jupiter was our little star today.
Yeah.
I think just like the idea of a movie thing, that's
Mhm.
a cool idea, and it is a cool way to interact and role play outside of that.
Yeah.
My wishes are that I would have pulled RJ aside because Nancy got the hint that like he's pretty important,
Mhm.
and she did not make progress on her hunt for Ed McMahon.
That's
so
true.
Nancy wants to talk to RJ about how horrible he is, and maybe he'll.
Oh, it's a
tell
whole
his
thing.
family.
Don't worry.
I'll be back next
We
week.
hate Ed McMahon in this house.
Yeah, fuck Ed McMahon.
I had to look up how to spell his name because it is weird. It
It's like
shouldn't be spelled
Mahon.
like Mahon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stupid. Another reason to hate him.
Exactly.
It's French,
All right.
probably.
Does someone else have a stars in which they want to get out there?
I'll go.
Mhm.
My star is gonna go to Rachel as well today, but I think for sort of an overarching just really intense commitment to character that's really rare and nice. There is this real simplicity to Jupiter that is while she might be a sort of simple character on the surface, I think is sort of very hard and complicated to commit to that kind of thing and really play it out to the point where people buy in and can riff off of that. And I just I really appreciate that. She's a very fun character to play off of and sort of contribute to her learning of things. She kind of is world building in a low character, and I just thought it really came out today and it was really nice.
Mhm.
And my wish is for, I think, Sophia, as much as she doesn't want to do it, I think she needs me from the outside perspective is telling her she needs this. She needs some one-on-one time with folks. I think I think it would be nice for her to, because she's not gonna do it. So everyone else is gonna have to make her do it. But I think it would be nice for her to have some legit one-on-one time with her friends and actually talk to them about things. Maybe, I mean, she's not going to do it, but that's why it's a wish, because then everyone else can just force her to do it.
Perfect. Oh, I love that. So sweet.
I've got one. My star tonight is gonna go to Miss Nancy McGee. I'm just so obsessed with this character. I love it. Tanya, you're just playing it so perfectly. And like I just tonight from the tiny dance battle of of your dark vision, I just think it's so fun. And the sweatsuit as the it's just beautiful. Just 10 out of 10. Love the character. And it's so fun to get the little old person in a young person's body. Love that. And then my wish is that I think I wish for, I think it's a team wish. I think it's gonna be that not just like we've talked about like the combo moves and stuff. But I think it'll be more of like when we're on patrol, kind of like finding a rhythm of not just like wandering the streets, but like roles in which like, and like who goes out first and who is in the back, and who is the person whose head's on a swivel, who's the person who's like really paying attention to comms, like that kind of a thing, like figuring out what our group is when we're on patrol.
All right, I dig that. That's good. Boys.
I think my star is gonna go to our guest RJ for making Damien this very interesting character who is simultaneously standoffish and like, hey, I've got a secret identity for a reason, but also is, down to integrate with the crew, and having a good balance of that. And then I think a wish I have is to see some of the scenes, and this is sort of kind of both going along with and against Savvy's wish for Sophia's, having scenes of Sophia like dragging the others and like almost being that team mom of like, hey, you need to eat healthy, or hey, we need to go do yoga, or things like that. And just seeing the mental disconnect between Sophia of like, oh, I don't do one-on-one time with friends, with also being like, hey, I'm gonna take care of you whether you like it or not.
I want to take care of you, and also I don't want to talk to you. Don't acknowledge me.
Yeah.
But if anyone hurts you, I'm gonna beat them up.
I will kill them with my bare hands.
We have a group mom and a group grandma.
It's like major big sister attitude.
Yes.
Do what I say,
Well-
but also don't talk to me.
I am one of those.
Same.
So, yep, that's
Relatable.
turns out I
Get out
didn't
of
know
my
it.
room. Don't touch my shit. But also,
But
be
also,
messy.
we're doing this and we're gonna bond, and so help me if you don't do it, I'll strangle you. I didn't know that was the energy Sophia had until about 30 seconds ago.
I love that so much. When your character comes out through playing it. All right, RJ, I know you can't see me, but what?
No, I can see you pretty fine.
Yeah, good.
Hey, stars and wishes, stars. Thank you all for having me on here. It was a blast to actually play Masks and get to experience everyone. Just this unique group of people who are pestering me about things, but I still would probably shank someone in a dark alley for you. Wish. LB will talk about if next week availability.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But I wanna come back on. and
Okay,
play with you
yeah.
all.
You can go back. You can go back.
Do it.
Yeah, we gotta reveal who your parent is.
The ultimate compliment. Let me
Yeah.
come back and play with you.
Aw.
Can I
Uh,
please?
Aw, of course. Yeah, I think, honestly, my star is, I loved when, Alex did the awkward, politeness, which is one of my favorite things, when you're like, I don't want to do this, but I'm polite, so I will, yes, please sleep in my room next to me, person I don't know. Of course, like being that overly polite. I absolutely love that energy. And you play the like really like a nerdy, I don't think we should be, okay, we're gonna do, all right, it's fine, a sort of character really well, and I like that. I think my wish, which I mean, I am in control of to some extent, but this is up on you guys. I want you guys to get this W on what's going on. So next week when we pick back up into things, it's gonna get ready for it to kick off right away because they might not be right here, but they are. Boy, are they still there. So I'm excited to see that and how this split up team works. Especially now that, you know, you have no contact with Billy or checking in with anyone. So that's exciting. Does anyone have anything else they'd like to say before we get into sign-offs? All right, let's go around and have everybody say where they can find you, what you're doing next, starting with, of course, Savannah.
That's me. Hello, I'm Savvy. I'm at Savvy Seaworth on the internets. Yes, it's a Game of Thrones joke. No, nobody finds it funny anymore, but I like it. You can find me on Twitter. Mostly my streaming schedule is pinned to the top of my page. I am here on Sunday nights, and then most other days of the week I am on twitch.tv/game nights, is game with 2 G's and nights with a K for a good game, and nights, you know, like the fun kind that do the jousting and stuff. I don't know. We came up with it several years ago, and I think it's still great. But yeah, you can find me over there. I run a couple of games on that channel. I run what has come back now. We had our premiere today of our Monster of the Week game every Sunday right before this at 4 p.m. Eastern time. We're on Slaying 201, playing Monster of the Week with a very, very fun crew of characters that have a very long history. It's great. And then on Mondays, I run a Dungeons and Dragons game on that channel called The Forgotten, where we took a bunch of characters from other campaigns who didn't get their stories told, and we smashed them all together and said, tell your own story. And it's really fun. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. You can find me over there.
Thank you very much for joining us tonight, as always. Next up is Miss Rachel.
Hey, that's me. You can find me here on Twitch at Rachel Elizabeth. I'm here Sunday nights and any other places on the internet that my lovely friends here want me to be. And on my channel, I'm usually live Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Friday nights playing spooky games like Dead by Daylight. And on the internet, I'm bad at Twitter and Instagram, but I'm trying to get better. And that is Rachel is a mess with a Z in the middle instead of an S.
Thank you very much. And I'm going to throw a wrench into things. RJ, you're next. Do your thing.
Hi, everyone. RJ. You can catch me at RJ's Panini Place on Main Street. There is a pileup currently, but we're taking care of it. No, actually, RJustice282, Twitter, Twitch. Tomorrow, Indoor Adventures, Homebrew Campaign. We're in the Shadowfell.
Oh boy, are we. TodayKeener.com. Next up.
Hello, I'm Alex, Some Guy on the internet, mostly over on G Game Nights, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Next time you'll see me, or not Fridays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and sometimes Saturdays. But next time you'll see me will be this upcoming Tuesday, where we should be doing our Masks game over there. LB will be there. We'll have Savannah guesting. Yeah, shit went down. The probable BDEG just rolled into town, and Savannah's character is in some capacity working with / for
And none of it's my fault.
Yep, so we're gonna see how that shakes out.
Well, now I'm more suspicious.
What?
What?
Next is not in my vocabulary.
And of course, last but not least, Miss Tanya.
Oh, hey, everybody. You can find me at Tanya Rolling Places. I'm not huge internet presence. You can listen to my podcast, Spider Facts with Billy. It's weird. It's dumb, but it makes me giggle. And that's all I got. Good night.
And
it's
I'm
a good podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I've been secretly listening to it.
And I'm LB Hackemup. You can find me at LB Hackemup on the Twitters and the Twitches. This channel is going to be live next on Tuesday afternoon, where I'm going to be streaming Dead by Daylight probably, because I haven't hopped in there in a while, unless I can get my partners to play some of the Breakfast Club.
Unless you want to play the Blackout Club.
The Blackout Club is what I meant. We might do that. But otherwise, you can see us on Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. We are going to raid Indoors channel because they're doing their Rime of the Frost Maiden. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. It's good to see you. I'm LB Hackemup, and until next time, hack recklessly. Bye! Bye.